The Grand Council chamber of the Galactic Federation buzzed with barely contained laughter. On the massive display screen, Earth's latest space achievement, a fusion-powered ship reaching Alpha Centauri in just 15 years, played on loop. The assembled alien representatives found human celebration of such a basic accomplishment highly amusing. Look at them, so proud of their little toys. Admiral Rex of the Centauri Alliance chuckled, his crystalline form shimming with amusement. They think they've accomplished something remarkable by taking 15 years to reach what our cargo ships do in days. The footage shifted to show crowds cheering on Earth, their faces beaming with pride at their achievement. This only brought more snickers from the gathered representatives of over 300 advanced civilizations. In the darkness of their council chamber, none noticed the small human observer in the corner. Thomas Miller, Earth's unofficial representative, kept his face carefully neutral as he recorded everything. His plain brown suit and unremarkable features made him easy to overlook among the exotic alien forms. Meanwhile, deep beneath the Rocky Mountains on Earth, something extraordinary was taking place. In a facility known only as Deep Point, Dr. Anna and her team worked tirelessly on Project Ascension. The massive underground chamber housed a device that defied conventional physics, a seventh-dimensional drive core. Power readings are stable, Anna announced, her eyes fixed on holographic displays showing impossible mathematics. The dimensional breach is holding steady at 7 picometers. Her team of 20 brilliant scientists monitored various stations around the circular chamber. The device in the center pulsed with a light that seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. It was beautiful and terrifying. Humanity's first glimpse into higher dimensions. Commander Robert stood at the observation deck, watching the tests with intense focus. As the chosen leader for humanity's first 7D-capable vessel, he felt the weight of responsibility on his shoulders. His military background had prepared him for many things, but nothing quite like this. The aliens think we're still playing with chemical rockets, he said quietly to Anna when she joined him. How close are we? Anna smiled, pushing her glasses up her nose. The drive core is stable. We've achieved something they believe is impossible. We've broken through the dimensional barrier they think is absolute. While they mock our fusion ships, we've learned to step outside their understanding of physics entirely. The facilities director, Marcus, entered the observation deck with a tablet displaying Thomas's latest report from the Galactic Federation. They're still laughing, Marcus said, his weathered face showing a hint of satisfaction. The Federation just passed a resolution classifying Earth as a Grade 3 developing world. They think we're centuries away from being relevant. Commander Robert nodded slowly. Good. Let them laugh. How long until the ship is ready? 3 weeks, Anna replied. We've finished installing the drive core in the HS Infinity. Final systems integration is underway. The crew begins training tomorrow. The three of them stood in silence, watching the dimensional drive pulse below. They represented humanity's greatest secret. While the world celebrated fusion ships, the real breakthrough remained hidden. Earth had discovered that the universe had more than just 4 dimensions. While alien civilizations mastered 3-dimensional space, humanity had learned to step outside it entirely. They think we're primitive because we work differently, Anna said, breaking the silence. They evolved along similar paths, mastering gravity manipulation, quantum drives, zero-point energy. But we humans looked at physics sideways. We asked questions they never thought to ask. Marcus smiled. And now we have something they don't understand, something they don't even believe is possible. Commander Robert's expression remained serious. 3 weeks. Then we show them that humanity's path isn't inferior, it's just different. Let them laugh for now. Soon, they'll understand that while they mastered the game, we changed the rules entirely. Deep in the mountain, the 7D drive continued its steady pulse, each flash representing humanity's greatest leap forward. While the galaxy's powers mocked Earth's primitive achievements, they remained blind to the truth. Humanity had unlocked the higher dimensions, and the universe would never be the same. The HSS Infinity hung in Earth's orbit, invisible to conventional sensors. Its hull gleamed with a strange metallic surface that seemed to shift and change when viewed directly. At just over a kilometer in length, it wasn't the largest ship humanity had built, but it was by far the most advanced. Commander Roberts stood on the bridge, surrounded by displays showing readings that would have made any physicist question their sanity. The ship existed in multiple dimensional states simultaneously, anchored to normal spacetime only by the will of its crew and the incredible technology at its heart. Engineering reports the 7D drive is operating at optimal levels. First Officer Lisa reported, her eyes scanning through streams of data. All systems are green across all dimensional planes. The bridge crew worked with practiced efficiency, though each of them still felt awe at what they were part of. The ship's main viewport showed normal space, but secondary displays revealed how the Infinity appeared in higher dimensions, a sight that defied description in human language. "Begin test sequence Alpha," Robert ordered. "Let's show our scientists what this ship can really do." Deep in the ship's engineering section, Dr. Anna monitored the 7D drive's core. The massive chamber housing it thrummed with energy that rippled across multiple dimensions. What looked like a sphere of shifting light to human eyes was actually an object existing in 7 different dimensional states at once. Initiating dimensional shift, Anna announced over the ship-wide comm, "All personnel, prepare for reality distortion." The Infinity shuddered slightly as its dimensional state began to change. To any outside observer, the ship would have seemed to blur, becoming indistinct before vanishing completely. But it hadn't gone anywhere. It had simply stepped sideways into higher dimensions. "Position shift successful," Lisa confirmed. "We're now operating primarily in the 6th and 7th dimensions, with minimal presence in normal space." Robert watched as the displays showed their new state of existence. The ship could now perceive reality in ways no other vessel could. They saw the flowing currents of spacetime, the hidden folds of reality that other species didn't even know existed. "Deploy the test probe," Robert commanded. A small probe launched from the Infinity's bay. In normal space, it appeared as a simple metal sphere. But through the ship's sensors, they could see how it existed across multiple dimensions, tethered to their vessel by strings of energy that transcended conventional physics. "Probe is maintaining dimensional stability," Anna reported from engineering. "Beginning the real test now." With a thought transmitted through the ship's neural interface, Robert directed the Infinity to demonstrate its true capability. The vessel responded by existing in multiple locations simultaneously, a feat possible only by utilizing the higher dimensions as anchor points. To any observers in normal space, it would have appeared as if dozens of identical ships had suddenly materialized around the probe. But it wasn't copies, it was the same ship, existing in multiple points in spacetime at once. "Multiple locational manifestations successful," Lisa confirmed, her voice tight with excitement. "We're maintaining stable existence at 27 different coordinates simultaneously." The bridge crew broke into spontaneous applause. They had just demonstrated something that the galaxy's greatest powers believed impossible. The HSS Infinity wasn't just a ship, it was humanity's proof that the rules of reality were more flexible than anyone had imagined. "Power consumption is within expected parameters." Anna's voice came through, filled with pride. "We could maintain this state for hours if needed." Robert allowed himself a small smile. "Bring us back to primary dimensional state. We've proved the concept. Now we need to prepare for the real mission." As the Infinity consolidated back into a single location and traditional dimensional space, the crew felt a shared sense of anticipation. Their ship could do more than just travel through space. It could bend the very fabric of reality. The galaxy's powers thought they had mastered space travel, but humanity had just changed the nature of what was possible. "Send the test data to Deep Point," Robert ordered. "Then begin preparation for Phase 2 trials. Soon, we'll show the galaxy that humanity's primitive approach to physics has led us somewhere they never dreamed possible." The HSS Infinity continued its silent orbit, its true nature hidden from the universe for just a little while longer. Soon, very soon, everything would change. The alien armada appeared without warning. 300 ships materialized at the edge of the solar system, their massive forms dwarfing anything humanity had built, except for the hidden infinity. The alien vessels gleamed with technology that had taken their civilizations millennia to perfect. Humans of Earth, the transmission boomed across all frequencies. We are the combined fleet of the galactic powers. Your primitive world has been classified as ready for integration. In the United Earth Defense Command Center, military leaders watched with grim faces as the alien fleet approached. Their own ships, advanced as they seemed just days ago, now looked like toys compared to the approaching armada. Admiral Wilson, Earth's highest-ranking military officer, stood before the Emergency Council. They've disabled our outer system defenses without firing a shot. Their technology simply shut everything down. We're receiving another transmission, a communications officer announced. The alien fleet's commander appeared on the main screen. A being of pure energy contained within a crystalline form, it looked down at the humans with barely concealed disdain. Your species has shown remarkable progress for primitives, the alien commander stated, but you remain centuries behind true civilization. We offer you a choice: submit to proper guidance, or face immediate technological containment. In orbit, Earth's defense fleet of 50 ships maintained position, knowing they stood no chance against the alien armada. Their most powerful weapons would barely scratch the invaders' shields. Deep beneath the Rocky Mountains, however, a different scene played out. Commander Robert and the crew of the Infinity monitored everything from their hidden facility. They think they're being generous, Robert said, watching the aliens' ultimatum. They believe they're offering primitive humans a chance to learn from their betters. Dr. Anna worked at her console, analyzing the alien fleet's energy signatures. Their technology is impressive in three-dimensional space, but they have no concept of what we've achieved, no defenses against what we can do. The alien commander continued his speech. You have one planetary rotation to submit your surrender. After that, we will demonstrate what real power looks like. In the command center, Admiral Wilson received a secure message from Deep Point. After reading it, a small smile crossed his face. He turned to his staff. Send response to the alien fleet, he ordered. Tell them Earth requires the full time period to consider their generous offer. The alien commander received Earth's message with amusement. Look how they grasp at their final hours of independence, he told his bridge crew. Such a primitive response, buying time when they have no options. But in those hours, the HFY Infinity made final preparations. Its crew took their stations, the 7D drive hummed to life, and humanity's real response to the ultimatum began to take shape. All systems are ready, Lisa reported on the Infinity's bridge. The drive is operating at full capacity. We can shift dimensions at your command. Commander Robert looked at his crew, the men and women who would show the galaxy that humanity's path of development wasn't wrong, just different. Begin Operation Revelation. In orbit, the alien fleet's sensors detected nothing as the Infinity shifted partially into normal space. To them, the human ship was simply not there, operating in dimensional planes their technology couldn't even detect. Final checks complete. Anna's voice came through the comm. Remember, we only need to demonstrate our capability. The 7D drive gives us power they can't comprehend, but we're not here to start a war. The alien commander was preparing his final demand for Earth's surrender when his sensor officer reported something strange. Sir, we're detecting spatial anomalies throughout the fleet, but the readings make no sense. Robert gave the order that would change everything. Take us to full-dimensional manifestation. Let's show them what humanity has really achieved. The HFY Infinity began to shift, preparing to reveal itself to the aliens who thought they understood the limits of physics. In moments, the galaxy would learn that humanity's primitive understanding of science had led them to break rules the advanced species didn't even know could be broken. The alien commander's ultimatum hung in space, his fleet of 300 ships arranged in a perfect siege formation around Earth. Their weapons were primed, shields at maximum, ready to demonstrate their superiority over what they considered a primitive world. Then reality itself seemed to bend. The HSS Infinity materialized, not in one place, but everywhere at once. Through the power of its 7D drive, the human vessel existed simultaneously at hundreds of points throughout the alien fleet's formation. Each manifestation was real, solid, and completely impossible by the laws of physics as the aliens understood them. "What is this?" the alien commander demanded, his crystalline form flickering with agitation. "Our sensors must be malfunctioning." But they weren't. On every ship in the alien fleet, crews stared in disbelief at their readings. A single human vessel was somehow occupying multiple points in space-time simultaneously, something their most advanced theories said was impossible. Aboard the Infinity, Commander Robert stood calmly on his bridge. "Open a channel to all alien vessels," he ordered. "Let's explain what they're seeing." The alien fleet's communication systems activated without their permission. On every ship, screens came to life showing the interior of the Infinity's bridge. "Greetings," Robert said simply. "We thought it was time to demonstrate why Earth chose a different path of technological development." The alien commander's voice crackled with barely controlled fear. "This is impossible. No species can exist in multiple locations simultaneously. The energy requirements alone would be impossible in three-dimensional space." Dr. Anna cut in, stepping into view. "But we're not operating in 3 dimensions, or 4, or even 5. The HSS Infinity exists primarily in the 7th dimension, with projections into normal space-time." Throughout the alien fleet, sensor officers were going mad trying to understand their readings. The human ship wasn't creating copies of itself. It was the same vessel, somehow existing in all locations at once, breaking what they thought were the fundamental laws of reality. "Your weapons," Robert continued, "are impressive achievements of 3-dimensional engineering. But they cannot affect something that exists primarily in higher dimensions. You cannot hit what you cannot fully perceive." To demonstrate, one of the alien ships fired its most powerful weapon at the nearest manifestation of the Infinity. The beam passed through harmlessly, not because of shields or defenses, but because that portion of the ship was mostly existing in dimensions the weapon couldn't touch. "Impossible," the alien commander shouted. "No species your age could achieve this. You were launching chemical rockets less than 2 centuries ago." Lisa, at her station, allowed herself a small smile. "We took a different approach. While you mastered the manipulation of 3-dimensional space, we asked what lay beyond it. While you perfected faster-than-light travel, we learned to step outside normal space entirely." The alien fleet's formation began to break as individual captains started backing their ships away from the impossible human vessel. Everything they knew about physics, about the development of civilizations, about their own superiority, was being challenged. "We don't want war," Commander Robert stated firmly. "Earth has no interest in conquest or dominion. But we will not be condescended to, and we will not be bullied. We chose our own path of development, and it has led us somewhere you never imagined possible." The alien commander's crystalline form had lost its confident glow. How many of these vessels do you have?" "That information is classified," Robert replied calmly. "But I suggest you inform the Galactic Federation that they may want to reconsider their classification of Earth as a primitive world." The HSS Infinity's multiple manifestations began to shimmer, preparing to return to their original dimensional state. Before they vanish, Robert delivered one final message. "We look forward to peaceful relations with the galaxy's civilizations. As equals, remember what you've seen here today, not as a threat, but as proof that there is always more to learn, even for the most advanced cultures." With that, the Infinity vanished from normal space, leaving behind an alien fleet whose understanding of the universe had just been fundamentally shaken. The Galactic fleet remained frozen in space, their commanders desperately trying to comprehend what they had just witnessed. But the HFY Infinity wasn't done with its demonstration. Commander Robert had orders to ensure the galaxy fully understood humanity's capabilities. Initiating Phase 2, Anna announced from her station. Dimensional overlap at maximum capacity. The Infinity reappeared, but this time it did something even more extraordinary. The ship began to exist in all possible positions simultaneously, creating a sphere of overlapping manifestations around the entire alien fleet. Each manifestation pulsed with energy that rippled across dimensions the aliens couldn't even perceive. "Sir," a terrified alien sensor officer reported to his commander, "the human vessel. It's everywhere. Our sensors show it occupying all possible coordinates at once. The laws of physics. They're breaking the laws of physics." The alien commander watched in horror as his fleet became effectively surrounded by a single human ship existing in countless locations simultaneously. Their most advanced sensors couldn't even process what they were seeing. "Target their drive system," the alien commander ordered desperately. "Find the source of this dimensional manipulation." Multiple alien ships fired their most powerful weapons. Advanced energy beams, quantum torpedoes, and gravity weapons lashed out at the Infinity's manifestations, but each attack passed harmlessly through the human vessel, affecting nothing. "A fascinating attempt," Anna's voice echoed through all alien communications channels. "But your weapons exist primarily in three-dimensional space. We're operating on a level your technology simply cannot touch." To demonstrate, the Infinity began shifting its dimensional state. The alien fleet watched as portions of the human ship phased between different layers of reality, existing in states that their most advanced theories said were impossible. "How are they generating enough power for this?" an alien science officer demanded. "The energy requirements should be infinite." Robert's voice answered calmly. "That's because you're trying to understand this through the lens of conventional physics. We're not fighting against the universe's laws. We're operating outside of them entirely." To prove this point, the Infinity performed its most impressive feat yet. The ship's manifestations began to ripple through space-time itself, creating patterns of existence that defied conventional understanding. Where moments ago there had been a sphere of ships, now there was a cascade of overlapping realities, each containing the same vessel. "This is impossible," the alien commander whispered. "No species should be able to do this. No one can control higher dimensions like this." Lisa spoke up from her station. "That's where you're wrong. Humanity didn't try to control the higher dimensions. We learned to work with them, to understand them in ways your civilizations never considered." The alien fleet's weapons fell silent. Their shields, the most advanced in the galaxy, meant nothing against a ship that could simply exist in spaces their technology couldn't affect. Their sensors, capable of detecting the smallest quantum fluctuations, were useless against something operating beyond their dimensional understanding. "Final demonstration," Robert announced. The Infinity's manifestations began to pulse in perfect synchronization, creating waves of dimensional energy that rippled through space-time. The alien fleet watched as their own ships began to phase slightly between dimensions, lifted and moved by forces they couldn't comprehend. "We could shift your entire fleet into a higher dimension," Anna explained. "We could scatter your ships across space-time. We could do things your science says are impossible, but we won't, because that's not why we developed this technology." The Infinity consolidated its manifestations back into a single point, though the echo of its dimensional presence remained, a reminder of what humanity could do. "Your weapons are impressive," Robert concluded. "Your technology, refined over millennia, is remarkable. But you made one crucial mistake. You assumed there was only one path to advancement. Humanity proved there are other ways to understand the universe." The alien fleet hung motionless in space, their commanders finally understanding that they had grossly underestimated humanity. They hadn't just encountered a new technology. They had witnessed an entirely new way of existing within the universe itself. The laughter had stopped. The mockery had ceased. In its place was a silence filled with the realization that humanity had achieved something beyond their comprehension. The Galactic Federation's Emergency Council chamber was packed with representatives from every major civilization. The mood couldn't have been more different from their previous gathering. Gone were the laughs and sneers about primitive humans. Instead, fear and awe filled the vast hall. The recordings don't lie, the Federation's chief scientist declared, his tentacles trembling as he showed the footage of the HFY Infinity's demonstration. Humanity has achieved dimensional manipulation on a scale we thought impossible. Their ship operated in ways that violate everything we thought we knew about physics. Admiral Rex, who had once mocked human ships, now stood with his crystalline form dimmed in humility. We must face the truth. While we perfected our understanding of three-dimensional space, humanity discovered something far beyond our comprehension. The Council erupted into chaos as a new transmission arrived from Earth. Commander Robert's hologram appeared in the center of the chamber, the infinity visible behind him. "Distinguished representatives," he began, his voice calm but authoritative. "Earth has received your request for diplomatic negotiations. We accept, but first, there's something you should know." The chamber fell silent as Robert continued. "The HFY Infinity is not unique. It's merely the first of its kind." Screens around the chamber lit up, showing multiple facilities on Earth where other 7D vessels were under construction. The alien representatives watched in stunned silence as humanity revealed its true technological capacity. "While you mocked our fusion ships," Dr. Anna's voice joined in, her hologram appearing beside Robert's, "we were building something you never imagined possible. The Infinity-class vessels represent humanity's understanding of dimensions beyond normal spacetime." The Federation's supreme leader, a being of pure energy, moved forward. "What are your demands? What does Earth want in exchange for sharing this technology?" Robert smiled slightly. "We don't make demands. Earth seeks partnership, not dominance. However, we do require recognition of our sovereignty and equal status within the galactic community." "Equal status?" A voice scoffed from the back. "You've surpassed us all. Your ships can exist in multiple dimensions simultaneously. Our most powerful weapons can't even affect them." "Precisely why we need to work together," Anna responded. "Humanity took a different path, yes. We looked at physics sideways and found something new. But your civilizations have millennia of experience and wisdom we could learn from." The council chamber buzzed with surprise murmurs. Despite having technology that could potentially dominate the galaxy, humanity was offering cooperation instead of conquest. "There will be changes," Robert continued. "The classification of Earth as a primitive world will be revised. Your fleet will withdraw from our solar system. And most importantly, we will establish a new scientific exchange program." The Federation leaders huddled together, discussing rapidly. When they turned back, their decision was unanimous. "We accept these terms," the Supreme Leader announced, "and we formally apologize for our previous misunderstanding of human potential." "Apology accepted," Robert replied. "Now shall we begin discussing how we can work together? There's so much more to discover about the universe, and we believe combining our different approaches could lead to even greater breakthroughs." The chamber, once filled with mockery of human achievements, now buzzed with excitement about potential collaboration. Representatives who had laughed at fusion drives now eagerly sought meetings with Earth's scientists. As the session concluded, Admiral Rex approached the human holograms. "We were wrong about humanity," he admitted. "We thought there was only one path to advanced civilization. You proved there are ways of understanding the universe that we never imagined." "That's the beauty of science," Anna responded. "There's always more to learn, always another way to look at things. Perhaps that's humanity's greatest strength. We never stopped questioning, never assumed we knew everything." The hologram transmission ended, leaving the Galactic Federation's Council to begin the process of updating their entire understanding of physics, technology and the nature of civilization itself. Back on the Infinity, Robert and Anna watched as the alien fleet began its withdrawal from Earth's space. They're still trying to understand how we did it, Anna noted, monitoring the aliens' sensor scans. Let them try, Robert replied. Sometimes the best way to advance is to accept that there are things you don't yet understand. 5 years after the revelation of the HFY Infinity, Earth had transformed into the galaxy's most intriguing destination. The once mocked primitive world now hosted the largest scientific research center in known space, where brilliant minds from hundreds of civilizations gathered to study dimensional physics. At the new Dimensional Studies Academy in Geneva, Dr. Anna stood before a lecture hall filled with alien students. The crystalline, energy-based, and biological beings all focused intently as she explained humanity's unique approach to physics. The key was questioning our assumptions, she explained, manipulating a holographic model of dimensional planes. While others mastered three-dimensional space, we asked what lay beyond. Not above or below, but sideways through reality itself. In orbit, the HFY Infinity maintained its patrol alongside newer vessels of its class. Commander Robert, now Admiral, watched from his bridge as ships from across the galaxy arrived through the newly established diplomatic corridors. Another delegation from the Outer Rim, Lisa reported, now a captain herself. They're requesting permission to observe our dimensional drive testing. The testing zone bustled with activity as human scientists worked alongside alien researchers. Together, they pushed the boundaries of what was possible, combining humanity's dimensional insights with the advanced technologies of other civilizations. Remember when they laughed at our fusion drives? Robert mused, watching an alien ship practicing basic dimensional shifting under human guidance. Now they send their best and brightest to learn from us. Earth's cities had changed too. Towering research centers reached into the sky, their designs incorporating both human innovation and alien architectural wisdom. In these buildings, new technologies emerged from the collaboration between species that had once doubted humanity's potential. At the Galactic Federation headquarters, Earth now held a seat on the High Council. Marcus, now Earth's ambassador, regularly shared humanity's perspective on various issues. The other council members had learned to listen carefully when humans suggested alternative approaches to problems. Humanity's greatest contribution wasn't just the 7D drive, Marcus explained during a council session. It was showing that progress doesn't always follow a linear path. Sometimes the biggest breakthroughs come from looking at problems differently. Back in Deep Point, now an international research facility, Anna supervised the testing of an eighth-dimensional prototype. Alien scientists watched in amazement as humans casually manipulated aspects of reality their civilizations had never even detected. The universe is stranger and more wonderful than any of us imagined, Anna told her colleagues. By working together, combining our different perspectives and approaches, we're discovering things that neither humans nor aliens could have found alone. The HFY Infinity, still the flagship of Earth's dimensional fleet, had become a symbol of this new era. Its mere presence reminded everyone that the greatest advances often came from unexpected directions. Another successful test, Lisa reported, as a junior crew demonstrated dimensional shifting to visiting alien officers. They're starting to understand the basic principles. Robert nodded, remembering those first tense moments when they'd revealed their true capabilities. We never wanted to dominate, he said. We just wanted to show there was another way. In cities across Earth, humans and aliens worked together in research centers, universities, and laboratories. The exchange of knowledge flowed both ways. Aliens learning about dimensional physics, while humans benefited from millennia of other scientific advances. It's remarkable. An alien scientist commented to Anna after a successful experiment. Your species took what we thought was a dead end in physics and found an entirely new path forward. You've changed everything we thought we knew about reality itself. Anna smiled, watching human and alien students discussing theories together. That's the beauty of science, she replied. There's always another way to look at things, always more to discover. We just have to be willing to question our assumptions. As the sun set over the Geneva Academy, ships from 100 worlds moved through Earth's busy skies. The laughter had long since stopped, replaced by respect, collaboration, and shared wonder at the mysteries they were uncovering together. Humanity had proved that being different wasn't the same as being wrong. In doing so, they hadn't just changed their own future, they had transformed the galaxy's understanding of what was possible. The age of mockery was over. The age of discovery had begun.